podcast, but it might be the same. Why, yeah, girl.
Man from the Leo, GK, but really boiled down to key 10 my ratio. Puffing up and up in my grace like inspirations. I got assurance, so I know that I pray. I check the life lane, but how the four plays and full blood, suffering the day.
Welcome back to another Camera Farmer. This week, another camera. This is the DJI Pocket 1, the very first version. Older now, still takes fantastic video, really good video. Obviously with a stabilised gimbal on it, so you've always got level shots. But I use it for panorama now. Black and white, really wide pictures. It stitches them together really well. Occasionally gets it wrong, maybe every 50 shots. There'll be a little thing, but that could be fixed. And when I do get the picture stitched together, I don't always use it. I'll cut it down because it's really wide, so I can cut it down. I was reading on the internet, so it must be true, that even though most cameras and phones come with a panoramic setting, practically nobody uses it, which is crazy because it's great. And even older cameras that you would have to hold it really steady and stitch them together, it can look really good and really interesting. I made the big mistake at the start. No, it's not a mistake. That's wrong. There's no mistakes. There's only just doing. I would go out and take vistas, landscapes. But then I discovered if people are talking, you're in a group of people, take a panorama picture of them. It looks amazing. It can be a bit strange sometimes, but when it does work, it can be really interesting. And I found getting close to things with a panorama works really well. Even when I took a picture of the studio, you take the window and you take the door, which are at opposite ends, and they're all in one picture, and suddenly you're looking at it very differently. It's a new interpretation of something you see every day, which makes it fascinating. The actor, Jeff Bridges, he uses, I think it's called a Panaflex camera, 35mm. He's been using it for 40 years, longer. And if you look at his pictures, they're absolutely stunning. Incredible stuff. I believe he is bringing that camera back. I think he's working with a company to produce the camera again, which would be great, but expensive camera, expensive film, expensive developing. If you do it yourself, you've got lots of carcinogenic chemicals you're working with, which I don't want to work with. And they are wonderful, but I think I'll stick to using digital cameras. What I use this with is a PGY Tech mount, which you have to use with an action. A pocket, not an action, a pocket. Because this little USB-C connector is how you connect it to your phone, and it's a bit loose. So when it goes in here and the phone is mounted in there, it's held in place really well. I also use this. I've had this tripod for years, and it's a Photo Pro UFO 2. It has bendy legs, which doesn't matter if you're not level, because if I put this on, you will see it's always level. So that takes away that worry. No matter where you go, it's level. So for filming, great. For photos, even better. So I can wrap this around things and just attach it anywhere. Another good thing about it is very soft to hold, so you're not carrying around something aluminium or horrible. It's easy to hold if you're doing selfies or filming or whatever. This is a handy tool to have. That's how we use it. I use, for the phone that I attach it to, I don't use my main phone. I use an old Android phone from years ago. You put, what's the software called? The app's called DJI Mimo. Put it on, you've got all the controls on screen and control it a lot better than just this little tiny screen here. I love film cameras, as I was just saying. But I even have an LCA Lomo. I think it's Lomo Boy. I've got one in the house. Can't afford to run it. Too expensive. Takes great pictures. But now with Camp Snap, and essentially does that. So it's a lot cheaper way to take pictures with Camp Snap. But I still love them. And this sort of looks forward to next week's show. One of my favourite styles of photography is tintype, and the cameras are super expensive. The glass is super expensive. The chemicals are super expensive and dangerous. And then developing it is even more dangerous and horrible. But you do get fantastic images. And next week's show is actually about that, and we'll get to that. But I digress. I want to get back to panoramas. So I'm going to go out, probably do what I said I wouldn't and take pictures of landscapes. But I'm going to see what I can take some pictures of and give an idea how it's not just interesting, it's an incredibly exciting way to look at things. I took a picture of years ago of a load of wheelie bins outside houses. And then for some reason, when you take a panorama and you're looking from one side of the street to the other and all these bins in this weird shape, it gives character to them. So you'll always find you'll take a picture of something, and then when you look at it, it comes alive in a way you wouldn't expect. So it makes it really interesting to do. But if you're not sure about where you could get access to panorama, look at your phone. Look at all the settings, and it'll be there. If you have a camera, it'll probably be there, especially a point and shoot. You'll be surprised that it's just chucked in everything, because at first it was a really complex bit of software. Now it's just standard and it's in everything. So give it a try, especially if you've never done it before. It's not particularly challenging, but to get something that works, as always with all pictures, it takes a little bit of effort, but it is ultimately worth it. So let's get out there and take some pictures. I don't know where I'm going. So I'm now down in an area called Broughty Ferry on the Esplanade. It's just at the tail end of Dundee. And I said I wouldn't be taking pictures of landscapes, but here I am, essentially doing a landscape. Now, my phone wouldn't connect for some reason, bit temperamental. The newer cameras don't have that issue. But anyway, I'm going to use this bin. Now, as you see, it doesn't need to be level, because this is a self-leveling camera with a gimbal. So we'll put the photo on, and we'll go to panorama and take a shot. It takes 4 pictures, and then I'll take them in different directions so we can get a idea what it's going to look like. It might turn out okay. Surprisingly busy for this time of day. But we'll see how it goes. Like all these pictures, it's just, will it work? Won't it work? I don't know. It's always a chance you take. There is some nice clouds up ahead where the sun's coming through, so I might get some sunbeams if I'm lucky. And then I'll go and move this to another part. Like I say, the phone didn't connect because these older cameras can be a bit temperamental. The newer ones I've found connect wirelessly instantly without any hassle. For this one you have to buy an extra bit for wireless, which I have, and that wasn't connecting either. Even though it's cold, it's really nice today. Quite calm. Take another one, just make sure I've got them. And just a simple little tripod. And now I believe you can pick the DJI Pocket. I think I've been calling it the Action. It's the Pocket. You can pick the Pocket up for around £90, which is not that much. It's quite cheap. Actually, the light is going quite well. So I think I should get this picture here. this takes 4 pictures and stitches them together. I'm going to take them slightly different. I'll just take a few, and I think that'll be me done. It will give you an idea how these cameras work and what you can do with, and it gives you an idea what you can do. Lots of fun. Obviously, it does great filming. It takes single pictures, lots of things, time lapses, slow motion, and it can be really nice to play with. I'll try and get that on one side, and I'll do the same for the other side, and I think that's me. I might take some down here. Yeah, just 1 or 2 here, and I think that'll be me, and we'll get out of here. Oh, move the camera. That'll be interesting. Okay, well, look for panorama settings on your phone. See if you can get it working, which would be fantastic, because you'll be surprised of how effective even an old phone with a panorama on it can be. It can look absolutely wonderful. So I suggest you give that a go. And yeah, I'll see you next time. I'm away to get some heat.